It is not what happens in the moment. It is what you bring into that moment is what we're going to be talking about in today's video. Because the thing is, most people think that, oh, I reacted this way because of what happened. Mm-mm. That's not true because before you even, the thing happened, right? You've already decided what that moment meant. Oh, look, you walk in thinking, whatever, I hope I don't mess this up. I hope they don't judge me or like people look, whatever. And then something happens. Maybe you've had this thought before, and then what happens? Your body tightens, your mind starts racing, starts going off point. And now you're thinking, oh, see, I knew this would happen. Is the afterthought after the fact. And after it's now over, you're now replaying, you're now reinforcing all this stuff. But it's not that moment. It's a pattern. Before, during, and after playing out again. But we don't tend to see that way. But it is what it is. Because once you see it, you see that, you can't unsee it, right? Because it's just a thing. People just think, oh yeah, no, it's an afterthought, like the in between. Because before, like what you may be thinking in that instance, like before you even started, you're gonna do a job. So, oh, I hope I don't mess up. I hope they don't look at me some ways. Like, hey, and thought of, excuse me, an event that I been to, and it's just that kind of like, oh, I hope this, um, I look right, and people don't think this, and da 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 da, and hope I don't look stupid. I hope this dress, you know what I mean? You have all this before thoughts, before the event or before the thing has happened, and the mind's already like going off on one and all those things. So you already primed your system of what to expect or what to look out for or what's you're hoping or like whatever that is. So now you're now in the event. Something shifts, something happened. Your body is now reacting to the situation. And then the thoughts start spiraling. So before you even got to the place, before you even got to the thing, you're already having thoughts of how the thing's gonna plan out or how things are gonna look or how whatever. And then you're in it. So this is during now. Like we had that before thoughts. So we're in it now. And then something happens. Ooh, you're like, oh gosh, they're gonna think I'm greedy or like, oh look how she's like that, like whatever that is. But in the moment they're thinking about all those things going on and like all this is like sparring and then we're thinking, oh yeah, I'm just reacting to what's just happening there, not realizing that actually what is going on is you reacting to what you've already expected. What you've already like said you want to make happen is somewhat just happening, you know? Oh, I hope everyone's like da 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 da. I hope da, da, da. Like you have that pre-thought or pre-expectation or pre-whatever you want to do. And then when you're in the thick of it, in the moment, and it happens or something shifts, oh, then you now feel justified of the thought. It's like, yeah, I thought I said it. Yeah, because of that's where your focus was. That's where you're thinking and the whole 9 yard of the experience. So yeah, it's a very powerful thing that we don't understand the connections to the train of thoughts or how things flow with ourselves. Because I used to be like from victim of and thinking, oh yeah, it always happens to me. Like, why does like not realizing that I've really thought about it and I'm just repeating a pattern that I have established over and over again. And then now let's figure out the after because the thing has happened, right? So what's going to happen? I'm not replaying it. I start over analyzing what has happened and like try to break it down. And then the self criticism comes in. Like, "Yeah, you see, I should have put that. Maybe that. Da, da, da." We start going off on one. We start like um, playing out all the situations because even though we thought about we don't, right? Because we talked about that in a previous video about the don'ts and all those things. like how the brain doesn't know the difference between what you're saying. Even if you say, "Oh, I don't want to look stupid," it doesn't hear "don't." Just said, "Oh, we don't want to be stupid. Don't stupid. Okay, let's stomp a toe. Like let's do stuff to justify that and to like make it happen." And so yeah, and then it happens because when you truly look at it and you take the time to see like, okay, like when I was like interpreting, right? It's always like, man, it's always, and then we're reinforcing the pattern, thinking it always happens. Whenever they raise their hands, I like freeze, like I can't, like my mind just go blank. I can't understand what they're saying. The next time again, someone raises their hands to like finger spell something, oh, then my mind just go, oh, like again and again. We're just reinforcing the pattern. We're just over analyzing, overthinking, just replaying the whole scenario over and over again. This is after the fact, right? This was happening. And the thing is, now what we're doing is reinforcing that same pattern over and over and over again. And then we wonder, it always happens to me. This life, da da da. It's just reinforcement of an afterthought or whatever it is that we are, yeah, thinking about, you know? There's always a before, during, and after. Now we're now like feeling sorry for ourselves. We'll go reach out for like a snack or whatever, and then we're like in the thick of it or whatever that is. And yeah. So when you like think about it, like the events that I went to, and then you think, oh my goodness, oh, why did I say it that way now? This happened, or they're looking at me some ways, or like feeling cold. So yeah. And then we then feel sorry for ourselves. And this is like the thing that actually even reinforces it. The way we leave that space is now telling our body, our nervous system, how to react and how to, okay, we feel in this situation, we get rejected. In this situation, oh, it's so cold. Like, I'm not sure. Or in this situation, I feel loved, or whatever. It's both ways as well. Like, what is that we want to gain and have afterwards? It plans out. Hence why after everything, this celebration of like we did that, I did that, like I feel good. So the body learns, the nervous system is satisfied, and we're to feel like, oh, okay, we're championing this kind of like scenario this way, you know. It's so comforting to just like, oh, yeah. Because the thing is like you could have the same set of completely different internal experiences in situations, you know. But be like, oh, this was great. This wasn't like what? So it's never about the situation, right? It's just what you're bringing into it. And this is the thing that I truly want us to like really get, because nothing changes on the outside most times. Everything changes internal. What's going on in there? What's happening? What's the conversations you're having in your head? What are those things that you're doing and saying and feeling in the moment? You know? And it applies to anything, even like what I'm doing here. Like sometimes, like, with the content creations, how I'm like feeling, like all those things. Like when before I started doing these daily streaks, and I've done like giving myself challenges before, like 30 days, whatever. And then when it's like the day is ending and I haven't done the thing I'm supposed to do, it's just be like, oh, man. Okay. Ugh. And then the desire and the zeal is not there because it just started feeling like a chore because of like how I felt maybe after I've done it or before I even did a thing. And then the after feeling, it was like, ugh. Whereas now, as soon as this goes and I go, I'm like, we did that. Like, yeah, someone's gonna pick up one thing. I'm always picturing someone that is just gonna gain something from what I'm filming here. And it's a whole different thing. Even if I have like 5 minutes to midnight and I haven't done something, I'm like, hey, okay, let's do it. Like, yeah, we did it. We got in. We got in. Kind of like feeling. It's just that after, like, it all adds up, whatever it is um that we're doing in terms of showing up, whatever it is that we're showing up. Because, like I've said in previous videos, like even if you have the same patterns with different um environment, it just clicks in. Like you come out feeling like, oh man, I can't believe that. Like coming like, survived that. I did that. It's like the body learns. It's a whole different feeling and so on. So here's the thing. You don't respond to life. You are replaying what your system has practiced. Because sometimes we think that, oh yeah, okay, this is what's happened. No, we're just rehearsing and practicing the thing that we've mastered. It's like we're just replaying the system that we've practiced the most. That's why we go into certain places, we're around certain people, a certain situation, and we feel certain way, and feeling. Because I remember when I used to, you've come off from long days and the kids have just made a mess everywhere. And it's just kind of like, oh, what have you guys do? So there was a season in my life when I was like, man, this is not great way to. And it was a case of like, whenever I see them, to just be like, like excited, even if it's not like, hey, it's just the feeling of like for your presence, kind of like that, like I'm here. And even if I'm like frustrated or tired, sometimes it's like just being there. I have to know that I'm there. Yeah. Note to self. Let's bring out the true excitement because yeah, it's been a while. I've done that lately. But it's just the same. It's true for anything. Like we just have to reinforce that which we want, right? So here's a reframe. Here's what I want us to start doing. So the question isn't how do I handle the moment? It's not what I want us to start thinking from now on. Let's start reinforcing what am I training myself to bring into every moment? Because that's the key thing. It's like, what is the thing we want to gain, to get, to feel afterwards? Let's take it from that perspective. Than, oh, yeah. Because that way we're more like empowered and stuff in that sense. Because once you see that, you stop blaming the situation and you start being present to what is. You start taking the responsibility that is required for what you bring into it than thinking, oh, it's it that's doing me. No. And remembering there is a before, during, and after the most moments that we think are just like whatever. Before, during, after, how do I know? Feel, do, and have in those moments. I am Nene. We do this every single day. Remember, your voice matters and it's your time to use it. Bye for now.